Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this game, I decided to use Edith in the gold lane. The enemy marksman in this match is Edith, who is currently considered meta. Edith has great mobility and can make things difficult for Edith in the gold lane. The enemy jungler is Alpha, who probably picked him to counter me and Hilda. But what Alpha doesn't know is that Edith is also a marksman. Anyway, Edith is a tank marksman who has both durability and decent damage. I haven't seen many people using her in the gold lane, probably because enemy marksmen can easily counter her ultimate by simply dashing away. However, I believe that if played correctly, she can handle most marksmen. The key is not to play aggressively. Let the enemy lower their guard. For your first item in gold lane, prioritize steel leg plates, because you don't really need boots early on. My roamer is smart in the game. He knows that with his early game potential, he can be more helpful in the gold lane. Since our jungler is Selena, there isn't much she can do in the early game. You can't underestimate Hilda's early game damage. Hilda's passive reduces the enemy's physical and magic defense, making even a tank like Mlbb seem squishy against her. The marksman on the enemy team doesn't play cautiously just because his roamer is beside him. Imagine what a disaster it would be if his roamer wasn't with him the whole match. This is what I love about Edith, because she is a tank. She can even handle her lane alone against multiple enemies. Here, I use the gold crab to bait Edith into a trap. The enemy marksman is playing very carelessly. The truth is, most marksmen play like this, even in higher ranks. But unlike other marksmen, Edith isn't squishy, and at the same time, she has high damage. She can go 1 versus 1 against most marksmen in the game. Trust me, she's way more useful than your typical Layla, Hanabi, or Mia teammate. This is the build I'm using in this match. The good thing about Edith is that the more defense she has, the more damage she deals in her ultimate form. That's why these 3 items are the best defense items for her. When I play Edith in the gold lane, I always use 3 defense items and 2 damage items. The best damage items for Edith are Feather of Heaven, because of its attack speed, lifesteal, and magic damage, and Starlium's Scythe, because of its true damage and lifesteal. You might be wondering why I'm not buying Thunderbelt. The main reason is that since I'm playing in gold lane, I can't stack it effectively because the enemy marksman always keeps their distance. Most of the time, I can only get around 20 stacks, which isn't much. There are better items to go for, but if you're playing in EXP lane, Thunderbelt can be a great option, unless your opponent is Z-Long or Argus. My roamer is doing really well. In fact, it looks like I'm the roamer here. Hilda is securing all the kills.
Hello there.
There's nothing Alpha can do against me. If the enemy doesn't have high mobility, Edith can be terrifying. Edith can't even scratch me. She's a late-game marksman who relies heavily on items. That's exactly why Edith is a good pick against her, despite her mobility.
Activated.
What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at?
I have no idea what this Mlbb is doing. Another advantage of Edith is that she deals magic damage, which makes Wind of Nature useless. The best battle spell for Edith, in my experience, is Flicker. I used to play with Inspire, but think about it. What's the point of dealing damage faster with Inspire if the enemy can easily escape your ultimate? Because of Edith's low mobility, Flicker is the best choice. You can also use her Flicker combos, just like I did in this video. Hold on a second. Did you see that?
Request backup. Let's finish this.
Go!
Rampage. wonder, what if I'm still that little girl? Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed.
I don't think you have any idea.
This is where I messed up. I focused too much on the enemy backline, which got me surrounded and eventually killed. In situations like this, you should focus on covering your teammates. And if no one is there to support you, just run. You can use your first skill to disrupt the enemy formation. In team fights, be smart with your second skill. Save it for when you can target the enemy backline. The enemy Odette is doing great, but luckily, our mage is also playing well. You'll see later how her smart play helped us win the game and avoid an epic comeback. One important thing to know is that when the enemy has DPS magic damage heroes like Edith, you should go for Radiant Armor. Athena's shield is currently a useless item. It might only work against Eudora. That's why understanding the right item choices for countering enemies is crucial. Don't be like this alpha, guys. Here I saw that Minotaur was pushing the top lane, so I recall. This is why map awareness is so important. I believe that as a gold laner, when your team isn't paying attention to the enemy's split push, it's your responsibility to clear the lanes. You know, the key to winning this game isn't just getting kills, it's about pushing towers to secure victory. We've all experienced games where we had more kills than the enemy, but then their Mia or Zilong pushed the base and won the match. Odette's damage is insane. I could have used Flicker, but I decided to save it for the next team fight, since Lord is about to spawn.
Ancient ones, lend me your strength!
The enemy took Lord here, and I thought this might actually lead to an epic comeback. But watch how Vexana's smart play completely turned the table. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen that leads to losing games, especially when your teammates lack experience, is starting a fight before Lord reaches the enemy base. That's just pure stupidity. This video was recorded in the previous patch, but with the new patch, I think Emblem Firmness and Killing Spree could also be good choices for Edith. I think this new patch is really good, especially since Marksman and the Gold Lane have finally been nerfed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this new patch? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe.